Hi, this is Sherry Veronica, and with me today in studio is Patricia Benedict. And I wanted her to expand on what she said during one of our interviews. She said that hotel there in St. Philip is a for-profit organization. It is for profit, and I wanted her to explain to listeners why she thinks it is something that is for profit because we don't happen to think that, but let's hear from Patricia. Patricia, welcome into the studio.
Yes, thank you for having me, Miss Veronica.
You're
Yes,
welcome.
it starts off when you go in front of the magistrate. So I'm only speaking about whole town. But this Jason Leacock guy has, over the years 2018, since I know him, 60% or more. One person isn't have arrested so many people. So the magistrate and the police in whole town, when they send you to Hotel St. Philip, that's where the stuff starts. The problem starts because their intentions, and I feel, and this is not to take up anything from the alleged victims. They are fine. Is the I'm worried about those who are there on remand because it's a business in Hotel St. Philip.
So how they make it? How are they making the money? And who's paying them? Do you know?
I don't know. There's a lot of. We will go when we go further. When I will go further, but not now today.
Okay.
There seem to be a lot of schemes and scams going on in there, but I will not speak about that.
But
today.
no, but if they want it to run properly and continue, they will have that. They have it will be layered. So that's how they don't want it found out too easily. So yeah, it will be confusing.
All right.
Go ahead.
Yes. So the persons on remand at Hotel St. Philip. Some of them have a slim chance of getting out. There are some alleged, because I'm saying, because all of those on remand are alleged and proven guilty, allegedly for drugs, or some allegedly for murder or other crimes. But what I have observed the guards doing is to make the inmates in remand, I'm talking about remand where I observed, do a lot of things like to keep them there. Some even criminal, just to keep them in there. It's very disturbing. I could talk about as far as I am concerned. So when Hotel St. Philip, where certain guards were sending certain people to accost me, to do certain things to me. And what people do not realize is that some of those people are not going to come out, Miss Veronica. They're not going to come out in a hurry.
How are they making money? How's the hotel making money?
I think allegedly, we'll get into that further. I think they have sponsors.
Okay, that would make sense.
I observed certain things. So silent. They might have silent sponsors and they have sponsors.
Okay.
Allegedly, that's what I observed. And the inmates. So when they are in there, there's more than likely the alleged those on remand will have a hard time because even some, I'm not talking about the lawyers that are there now, but there will be some lawyers that are working with the same, so it's the guards, the police, the magistrate, and all of them working together. I read something for you about the information part, where they share information.
Yes. Yes.
So I want the people that are in Hotel St. Philip, the people that are outside, and they have people in Hotel St. Philip, to tell them to read Her Majesty's Prisons Her Majesty's Hotel St. Philip's Female Prison Information Book 2008, Rehabilitation for a Better Society. Sorry.
But let's say they're selling your information. Well, not sell. I don't know if this. You said they have sponsors, but I can understand if Hotel St. Philip had like thousands and thousands of people in there, in and out, and they sold that information to other countries for whatever protection, for border protection. You know how it was. They would say it was for border protection and to make sure that certain people don't come into their countries. I can see them selling that information, but with the 10 or 20 people there, that's not really a lot of people. That's not sellable. That information is not sellable, really.
Because the males have, I think, is hundreds, but in the females, it's only like maybe, since when I was there, maybe about 20 something. So it is not many.
That's what I just said.
And if
it's not sellable.
No, it's not about selling. It is not about selling. It's you are disadvantaging those that are called the defendants. Because if you say that your information will be shared with the prosecutor, the magistrate, the police, it does not make sense. I had questioned them about that, because I said, but if you share my information with those people, you are disadvantaging me because I'm representing myself. So if I have a serious medical thing, all of them are gonna know. The prosecutor, if you don't say, well, if I had a lawyer, you share my lawyer, you're sharing it with the prosecutor, but that's only advantaging you, though. It's only benefiting the prosecutor. It's only benefiting the government. It ain't benefiting nobody else. So that's a win-win for y'all. And if you do not have a good lawyer when you're on remand, a good lawyer that's not corrupt or whatever, you're done. You're done. I was fortunate enough to have certain people monitoring me. I was a very fortunate one. But what's about those that do not have that system in place?
Right.
You know?
So when someone sponsors you, getting back to the for-profit part of it, when someone sponsors you, they want you to excel. They will want you to excel and do well, maybe even to pay them back. Sponsorship is not paying back, but still, they want you to do well. So how
They're not sponsoring us, you know?
No. I'm saying, how would they?
You mean
how would a sponsor for the Hotel St. Philip? What is that sponsorship? Why would they put money into that particular place?
You remember when I said in some of my emails to the AG and the Prime Minister, something for something?
Yeah. So what's the something for the sponsors?
Because when it comes to Home Affairs Minister Wilfred Abraham, you can expect anything from him.
Yeah, but what will a sponsor of the hotel get? What's the incentive?
Depends on what.
I think that's really what I'm asking. The incentive.
I will give you an example. Okay. If they're in the business of having supermarkets, pharmacy, I will get to that eventually, because I know where I'm coming. In fact, something that the Home Affairs Minister with Abraham or wherever, they have to have contracts for. You know what I'm getting at?
Yes.
So a pharmacy has certain get a contract for certain things. You know, they selling certain things to them, and they might have other business ventures outside. we don't know about. Some, allegedly, some.
Okay.
So it's a lot of things. And then my concern too is the online, when you do you want me to talk about now? We talk about separately the cameras and stuff because
that's a different. Yeah. And we're going over our time. So just bring it home with what you think about the Hotel St. Philip and how you felt. What made you even come to the thought that it was being run for profit? And let's bring that home.
Because they used to have a lot of people coming in there. I don't know who they were. They always used to have, what do you call them? People showing people the places, group of peoples. I have seen that a few times. And I don't know if it was prominent, like, if they would have been like, but.
So but if they have people coming in there touring, I wonder if they're like negotiating. But if you have some people that you want to hide, you can hide them here. Or if you have someone that you want to secret away, you can have them secreted away here.
That's a good question because it has happened before, allegedly, and I was there. Okay. That's another story.
Okay, so
this is another breach of security.
Yeah, so it's a breach of security maybe where you're concerned, but if they are doing it and they're getting paid to hide some people at the Hotel St. Philip, let's say that people are coming through some kind of way into Barbados without going through the airports or without having their credentials checked, and they have to have a place to sleep or store them.
I'm glad you brought that up because there was one incident where this woman from Jamaica came in, and allegedly she had assaulted someone years before, and she came to the airport. They had her there. I don't know if she ever went to the magistrate or whatever.
That's not where I was going with what I'm saying, because if she came through the airport, she came through the way you should come through. Okay, so I was talking about coming into a country without being secreted away. And right now, Patricia she's reconnecting. So I'm talking until she's reconnected. But yeah, that's what I was talking about. People that may come through certain channels that are not the right channels. And maybe the hotel there in St. Philip is a place where you can house people. How many can they house? Hundreds, maybe 50 at a time. Hi, yeah, I was talking while you were gone. So I was saying that I wasn't talking about the lady that came through the airport. She came through the way you should come through. I was talking about people who come like under the cloak of darkness, surreptitiously, and people and the authorities wouldn't have a record of them coming, and they wouldn't have a record of them going, and it could be a place. Hotel St. Philip could be a place where let's say they got 25 people one night, or 20 people one night, and they come in, they have a place to lay their heads, and then at dark they're taken out again. It could be a channel. Hotel St. Philip could be a channel to do certain things like that. So yeah, it'd be interesting to know. True. It'd be interesting to know.
That's true.
Okay, wind it up, Patricia. We're getting off right now.
Yes. But like I said, it's a business, and it's a very females actually, and if they want any people on remand, most of those guys will not have a job.
Yeah, because if you're saying it's really hard for them to get off and to get out on bail, and usually bail conditions are for everyone, because we know that some very violent people have been out on bail. So, and the women don't do that degree of crime. And if they were to be desirous of getting on bail, they shouldn't. But then again, if there are only like 25 women in that section and 20 get out, what are guards going to do? Only 5 people there.
Exactly. Can I just say one more thing?
Yes.
No disrespect to the alleged victims. No disrespect to the alleged victims. But like you said, the males do worse stuff, crimes, than the females. And I think most of those females that are there on remand at hotels and Philip can or should get bail.
But then, if that were true, they wouldn't have any work for the guards for that section.
That is true, and that is why they're making it hard for those people on remand. Some of those inmates on remand.
And that's why you could probably say it's a business, but is it a for-profit business? Maybe it's a business, but probably not a for-profit. But it is a business if they are taking from the taxpayers.
It's a profit. It's a profit too. Because even if, for example, if you get the person from their charge, you get a person charged. It depends on who the person you get charged for,
Right.
And money is passed sometimes.
Right.
Especially when it comes to the whole town.
Right.
The magistrate gets paid. Some of the people in the prosecutors get paid. I mean, nobody can sue me because these are things I've seen happen.
Right.
Because I could only talk about whole town. I cannot speak about other
places.
May have happened in other places, but
right.
Yes.
Alrighty. Thank you so very much, Patricia. I mean, the more we talk, the more this is going to get into the subconsciousness of Barbadians, because they pretty much go about their days and nights and their afternoons clueless, just clueless. So it would be good to know. It would be good for them to know that sometimes when they get into something that they don't see as that big a problem, that maybe it is as big a problem because someone wants to make some money off of them. They make it a big problem because someone wants to make, if you want this to go away, you have to pay me this. If you want this to go away, you have to give him that, So, it's good
and who
Exactly. So it's good for Barbadians to know when they're being railroaded. That's what we call it here. So that, they will know how to move when certain things happen. Thank you so very much. Do you want to say anything else? Do you want to say anything?
No, thank you I will open people's eyes about that prison. And
okay.
Home Affairs Minister Wilfred Abraham will have to unseal. And I think Bajans would be so upset that they would have to put pressure on them to unseal the prisons.
The report. Yes. Okay, well, thank you so very much, Patricia. This is Sherry Veronica, Naked Departure Radio.